start a Christian nightclub in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Where's the line between the secular and the sacred?
The deeper issue is the God told me. That God told me card is so dangerous across the board. How many times have we heard, God told me to date this person. God told me to marry that person. And now you're discouraged in your faith because it didn't work out. And I'll say this much, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong. We live. Welcome back to another episode of the A5 podcast. This one's going to be wild, y'all. We're going to talk about apparently Christian nightclubs. Apparently that's a thing right now.
Yeah, and using the God card. God told me to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, more than that, we're going to be talking about this issue in the body of Christ when it's people using the God told me, God said to do X, Y, and Z to justify your actions, whether good or bad.
Right.
You know? And so should we start with the clip just to give some context?
Let's go ahead and start with
the rest of the episode.
God told us to start a Christian nightclub in Los Angeles. Yeah! It's the best place to meet friends, make community, and just vibe with other believers in LA.
Yo.
Having our next event on Friday, April 24th. Sign up on the wait list. It's free, and we'll see you there. Link in the bio.
Man, we missed out.
So, yo, check this out.
No, let me stop.
Forget church to meet other believers.
Yeah. Listen. I don't want to be mean, like, because I think some people are being a little mean in the comments. Shout out to Pastor Jason Callahan. He said this one time, and I'll never forget it. He said, "I'm not going to argue with God." Right? So, if God told you that, girl, I hope that it flourishes. I hope that you
Save a lot of people.
Because here's the thing, right? And these are Jesus's words where he tells the disciples that, wisdom will be known by her children. Other translations say wisdom will be known by its fruit. So what does that mean? That means that if this is truly from the Lord, if God really told these people to start a Christian nightclub in Los Angeles, then we're going to see fruit.
Yeah.
And what's fruit? We're going to see salvations. We're going to see people being discipled. We're going to see people getting closer to the Lord. We're going to see people, just having their minds renewed, lives restored. My only thing is, where's the line?
Yeah,
where's the line between the secular and the sacred? And I think when you try to merge the two, it's like two multiverses, just
an incursion.
And exactly, and it's like, I don't know. It's like, I get it that we're called to be a light in the darkness. I get it that we're called to be the salt of the earth. I get it we're supposed to go out into all the world and make disciples. I just don't know if that's it.
Yeah. It's like, where's the line? And,
that's my opinion.
And it's valid. I could totally see somebody, because, for example, here's one thing. These things are not as black and white. They're not black and white issues, because for example, I'm grateful for the Christian artists that are coming up with dope, clean reggaeton, like Christian reggaeton.
Right.
Some would argue that is the same thing.
Mixing same thing
the
with
sacred,
rap, Christian rap.
Yes, mixing the sacred with the secular.
Okay.
I don't see it that way. My wife hates Christian reggaeton. She's like, it makes me want to dance to stuff I can't do. Right? And it's like,
and some of it can be corny. Can we just make good Christian stuff?
Well, yeah, some of it is corny.
Because there's some Christian rap that I'm like, man, this is white boy rap. I can't listen to this.
For real.
No, bro, I can't. I'm sorry, dude. I need some hardcore.
You're throwing shade at Forrest Frank, bro. We know you're throwing shade.
1,000%.
Wow.
1,000%, bro.
Listen, leave my boy
I cannot
Forrest
listen to
alone.
that white boy rap play. I'm sorry, dog. Forgive me.
Listen, bro.
But come on the show.
Forget Rene. Forrest, we love you. I love you, bro. But anyway, with the Christian nightclub, here's my thing. Here's where I've really struggled with this idea of the Christian nightclubs. And this is not just in Los Angeles. There's one in Orlando too. I think it's called
That's the first one actually I heard about, was the one in Orlando.
Here's my thing. It's what the environment around a nightclub, what the environment entails, what the environment probably produces. That's what really worries me.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about.
I automatically, by being a nightclub, you're not attracting believers 100 out of 100. Like, not everyone in there's going to be a believer, or maybe they are Christian, but they might not come in with the same intentions. That's my argument, my thought. versus like a church. Like if somebody comes into a church who's not a believer, but the environment is conducive to something good.
Correct.
I don't know of a Christian nightclub, even if you're pumping out Lecrae and KB. I don't know, man. Like I don't know. What is the environment really producing?
I don't know of how much good intentions you are meant or trying to have, but I don't know how successful that can definitely be in this environment is all I would say as to how I think about it. Because what time will salvation be? You know, like,
well, this is like,
you get what I'm saying?
After getting lit, that's when you.
But that's exactly like my, you know, at what point do you really start attracting, you know, God's people closer to you?
Correct. There's a comment from her. I lost it. I don't know where, but she had put a pinned comment in the post saying that yes, this is a sober event. There's no alcohol. Yes, there's modesty rules. Like you can't just go dress however you want. And that, yes, God really did tell them to do that.
How do you control the modesty? You kick out someone that.
That's literally where I was going to get to. It was like, when people want to do something, you're going to do something. So I, BC me, snuck alcohol into many a places. I snuck alcohol into many a places, okay? Where it is forbidden. Like, bro, listen, dude, I can put it in a water bottle. I can put it in a bottle of Listerine. I'm giving people ideas. I'm sorry. You know, but it's true though. So how do you control that people are really going to be sober?
Bro,
First of all, how do you know people are not going to be pre-gaming before they go? And then they're lit as a Christmas tree at your event. And then they start acting out.
Yeah.
Right. You can't control that. You also can't control the modesty thing. You get what I'm saying? You can to a degree, maybe, but
bro, but we can't.
Homegirl shows up with a sweater, and then while she's in there, it's getting hot, and now she takes it off, and now she got a whole lot of skin everywhere.
You can't control modesty in a church in Miami. You're gonna control it at a nightclub in LA.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know. It's really hard, and the deeper issue I think with this is not just the nightclub itself. Because I get it. She's probably what she said. If you play it again, she said, we want to meet other believers where you can hang out.
It's a great place to build community and meet other believers.
Like, I get
that's
it.
what the church is for.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know what's funny? There's a church in PR, shout out to them. I think they're called Casa de Bendición. They have like not a basement, but they have like a lower floor in the church where they literally turned it into like a dope space. It kind of looks like a club, to be honest, but it's for their young adults.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the church.
Yeah.
It's not, but they're not marketing it as a nightclub.
Yeah.
This is where the young adults meet.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has the similar vibe now that I'm thinking about it, because I remember going. But it was really cool. But it's not marketed. Come to the Casa de Bendición nightclub. That's not what it is. This is just where the young adults meet.
Yeah.
It has a dope environment, but you're in the church and you're going to come to get this word. You're going to come to hear worship. You might have some, Nate Diaz reggaeton in there playing. But it's holy. And so I just think it's different. Starting a nightclub, and the deeper issue is the God told me. That God told me card is so dangerous across the board. Right? I mean.
But before we go there real quick, at our church, the YA, obviously, we market it for YA, like we want the young adults to go, and and there's going to be worship, there's going to be a message, but afterwards there's always after parties. You get me? And there you might have mocktails, you might have mocktails, you might have, whatever. And they're going to be playing, obviously they're going to be playing Christian rap, Christian reggaeton, whatever, yada, yada, to set the vibe. And honestly, Pastor Matt, his vision is that he wants to have like a whole like patio set up on one side of the church, one of the lawns, because what he wants is for people to have like this lounge kind of feel where people can just go and hang out and just vibe. Like his dream is that he wants people to just go there and like study throughout the week, or people who work remotely, they can go there and work. You get what I'm saying? But also like after church, like people can, we'll have food trucks, we'll have, food, we'll have drinks, non-alcoholic, and people can just vibe and hang out there. We've already done it a few times with just like umbrellas and tents, and people love it.
Yeah.
And people have been asking for it.
Yeah.
So I get that maybe that's what they're trying to create.
Yeah, they want
that environment, but it's like, man, talk to your pastor, like see if you guys can figure that out on your church grounds. I don't know if doing a whole nightclub.
Yeah.
There's just so many things, just safety wise, logically, realistically, there's things that you just there's variables you can't control.
Right.
And I think you're opening the door to those things happening in a way. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
And I get it, man. You're trying to, I don't know how to say, you're trying to sanctify a worldly thing,
Yeah,
right?
you're taking what the enemy meant for evil.
Exactly. Correct. You know, again, it's this fine line, because again, we go back to the music thing. You know, why is Christian rap and Christian reggaeton okay, but then this is not?
Hey guys, real quick, before we continue with this episode, first of all, we just want to say thank you for supporting us week after week.
And secondly, if you guys want to partner with us financially, you guys can do that through our Cash App. Our Cash Tag is A5 Podcast. If you look us up, it'll probably come up as Operation A5 Podcast. If you guys have noticed, our quality has changed. Our studios look different. It's because we're traveling. We're working with Deco Film. Shout out to David and Esther. They're our producers. But it takes money. It takes money to keep them around. It takes money to get bigger guests. It takes money to keep this thing rolling, and we've been doing this now for almost 3 years. God has blessed us. If you guys feel it in your heart to go ahead and partner with us financially, make sure you guys click the link in our bio for our Cash App.
Absolutely. And just know that your support and financial investment is making an eternal impact, not just an earthly one. Thank you. Let's get back to the show.
Obviously, in the setting that you place it in, that's the
The
problem.
environment,
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because
That's
that's what I was gonna say. This looks or sounds like a YA event that we
Right.
have at church.
If you don't have a YA ministry at your church, talk to your pastor.
You know, but for you to have this in the club setting and club environment, people ain't going there with that mindset. And this kind of goes to that fine line of, once again, either what is it that is your priority?
Yeah.
You want to be entertained, or do you really, want to receive the word and the Holy Ghost?
Right.
Let's be honest, because you go into this type of event, all you're doing is really, you are getting to meet people. You are getting, I guess, to talk to girls or whatever as a guy, or vice versa as a girl, you're talking to guys or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of conversations are you really going to have there in that type of environment?
Yeah.
Right.
Yo,
Yeah.
pull up to my church. Like, let's call a spade a spade.
I think that's what she's trying to, it's an evangelistic tool. That's what she's trying to do.
But what I'm saying is
get
that
me?
ultimately, people don't go out at night with that mindset. People don't go out to a club environment or close spaces with that mindset.
Yeah.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah.
the issue. It's the whole nightclub. Because again, if it was a YA ministry, young adults ministry in your church, and you kind of want to make it look kind of clubbish because you're in a city like LA, like Miami, and that would attract, I mean, that's different. But
Correct.
saying to start a Christian nightclub, there's so many implications, from purely logistical nightmares like safety to spiritual and theological ones. But I would say, whenever you have this idea of God told me to do something, I personally have a couple of checklist questions. God told you to do this. Okay. Is there a biblical precedent to this? Like, can we find scripture for this anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, in this case, no, there's no Christian nightclub in the Bible. So that would be a no. Okay. Have you sought wise counsel about this? God told me this. If God told you that, I believe he will confirm it by way of other people. Wise counsel.
Divine echoes. Now,
mentors, pastors, etc.
So to that point, right? Pause for a second. She did say God told us to start a Christian nightclub.
The four other
She's got
teenagers
like 4 or
behind her who
5
want to party?
teenagers.
Yeah, she got a
Yeah.
whole little gang there.
Yeah. But I don't know if
Again-
God told us or God told you, and then you told them, what would be a great idea? A Christian nightclub.
But that's
And
what
they're
I'm
all
saying.
Yo.
That's a great idea. But that's part of my prerequisite too. When I say wise counsel, it's usually someone older, more mature than you, like a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. Maybe she talked to her pastors, and maybe their pastors co-signed on it. Maybe. But that's another prerequisite.
I would like to now meet that pastor.
Right? I would like to see where her intentions are at, because this can always be looked at as well as a business move too.
True. But here's my other prerequisites. Like, so look, is this, did you seek wise counsel? Does this give you peace? And here's the thing. There's so much debate around it already that for me, I don't even know if this gives me peace. Like, sometimes if you don't have peace about something, maybe the Holy Spirit's leading you to not do it. If it's generating this much debate, this much controversy, is it really worth it? Is this peace? Does this give you peace? Is this wise? Again, wisdom will be proven by her children.
Mhm.
So is this even wise? Is this a good idea to have a place where it resonates so much with a worldly nightclub? Like, put the first video up. Let me see. You went to a Christian club thinking it was going to be worldly. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, that just looks like a white
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at the
at the gift.
I mean, it was more chill than I thought it'd be. But again, it's like, I don't know. You could have done that at your church.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Listen, I think just the marketing of it was
Club 217.
Club 2. I don't even know what that even means.
Is a community
Anyway.
of Christians who want to dance, have fun, and worship Jesus in Cali. You couldn't do that at your church?
Again,
I don't
listen,
know.
I want to say this, right? Because I don't want to sound like we're like criticizing. But to your point, right? Like, you know, we're filtering it through these things. We're filtering it, you know. When you said wise counsel, I'm like, dude, you know, Tim Ross always talks about it, divine echoes, right? So are there divine echoes in your life? Meaning when you sought out counsel, you know, did they agree with you? Did they disagree with you? Were there, bro, I remember, like, quick story. I remember when, you know, we were being sought out to go to Tampa after you guys went to Tampa. Bro, we talked to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to our pastors. We talked to our mentors. We talked to friends. And when we heard 3 no's, like, I don't think you guys should go. I don't think it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't.
Yeah.
And then what, 2 months later, there was a moral failure?
No, not 2 months.
Or like a few months later.
You guys were interviewing around October. It was around May. So it was more than 6 months.
But
still,
you get me? Like, but again, you see how with those no's, that was God's protection.
for sure.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So it's like, again, divine echoes matter. And here's another thing, right? Whenever someone asks about like the podcast, how it started and whatnot, I'm very honest with people. I'm like, listen, I can't sit here and tell anybody that I heard a divine whisper from the Holy Spirit, like, you should start a podcast. I did not hear that.
It's going to be called A5.
It's going to be called A5 podcast. No,
No, we did not hear that.
None of us heard that. So I think there's also the camp, right, of people with this thought process of like, sometimes, you know, you might be ambitious. You might start a project. You might start a thing. Again, wisdom is proven right by its results. We're 3 years in with this thing. In 2 months, we're 3 years in with this thing. So, and we've seen the fruit of it. We've seen the lives it's impacted.
right.
We've seen the friendships we've made along the way.
Mhm.
We've seen how our friendship has stayed tight, even with Alessandro moving to Tampa for 3 years. You know, we literally started this podcast and then Alessandro moved away 2 months.
Literally.
The month of starting the podcast, he
For
moved
real.
away
Crazy.
to Tampa. And then we're still here. Even with all that, even with all the traveling, us going to Tampa, but him coming down to Miami more than us going to Tampa. You get me? Then we have David and Esther, you know, that we're in this position where we can have,
Right.
you know, professionals now help us out, elevate this thing to another level. So again, we have seen the fruit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have done things where I've started something and I did not see fruit in it. I had a whole nonprofit organization to do homeless outreach. That thing lasted like 2 months because I felt like God told me to do that. This is very early in my walk. So, you know, obviously I'm a lot wiser now than I was, you know, 4 or 5 years ago when I started it. But that thing didn't last long because I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have the resources. I didn't, you know, pray and fast about it. I just thought it was a good idea and I just did it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't last. It blessed people because there were some events that we did that were great, but it was taxing on me. I got burnt out and then I just dropped it, you know? So again, wisdom is proven right by its results. So if this is showing fruit, I mean, 22.2 thousand followers on Instagram and there's constant events and people are worshiping. Hey, bro, more power to you guys. I pray that it continues to bless people. It's just, again, the God did thing is very, very, very scary.
Yeah. How
you know?
many times do we have a good idea and we stick a God told me sticker on it to
Yeah.
justify it? And maybe
Right.
it wasn't God.
Exactly. And it, again, like me with the nonprofit, that was the case. I said God told me to do it. He did not.
Yeah.
He did not tell me to do it.
And remove the Christian club out of it. Like, how many times have we heard, God told me to date this person. God told me to marry that person. And now you're you're discouraged in your faith because it didn't work out because God told you to do that.
Right.
And no, it was just you because you were horny and you couldn't hold yourself.
It's true. No, it's true. Or
Right,
God
right.
told me to start this business, and then it's like now you're like $100,000 in debt.
That's
And-
real, man.
And
That's
God
real.
and bro, that's someone's life right now.
Yeah, yeah.
All because God told me. No, God did not tell you to start that business, my brother. Stop now while you can, because you will be in debt, and then you're gonna be like, God, why would you do this to me? No, God didn't do nothing. You did it to you because you dumb.
And let me say this, man. I see a lot of church planners right now, man.
Oh wow, that's my favorite
And-
one. Come on, let's get into it.
Oh man. That's a little more sensitive. I'll just say I really pray and hope that God really told you that, man. Like, some people are called to be evangelists and you're a phenomenal preacher. Man, do that. Go travel the world and preach the gospel to all nations, make disciples, help build churches, build the kingdom.
Right.
Not everyone's called to be a pastor. Not everyone's called to be a church planner, man. And Chris Durso said this the other day, and it's a phenomenal quote. He said, if you're actually called to it, it'll be heavy. But if you weren't called to it, it'll crush you.
It'll crush you. Yeah.
Right.
And I believe that there's going to be a lot of church planners. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm not even going to say that. I don't want to declare that over anybody. But I pray for, I really see a lot of people, everybody and their mother starting a church, planning a church. And don't get me wrong, we have a commission. We have a mandate to go out and make disciples of all nations. I don't necessarily think that everybody needs to be making disciples by way of a new church plant.
Right.
Ruslan, for example, that we love him on the show. He's talked about how he's never felt called to plant a church, but look at his influence. Ruslan has 800, 900,000
Correct.
subscribers on YouTube. He's making disciples. He's reaching people for the kingdom, not through a church. That wasn't the thing God called him to do.
Correct.
A lot of people feel they have a level of influence. They're a good public speaker. And so they're like, I got to plant a church.
Yeah.
I got to plant a church.
Speaking of planting churches.
Thank God that wasn't real, bro. I thought that was real when I first saw it. I was
No,
like,
it is real.
no, but it's in GTA.
Yeah, it's in GTA. So shout out to Pastor John Rush. This is someone who, from the beginning, he's been very, I would say, maybe polarizing might be a strong word, but he's very unorthodox with his way of evangelizing and reaching the youth. He preaches to kids while he's freaking murking them on Fortnite.
Genius. It's genius.
Yeah, it's genius. He knows how to reach kids. Now, I don't know. I've never heard him say that that's what God told him to do. But here's the thing, right? And this is what I tell people sometimes is that God has, I think, specific containers, right? There's a container of marriage, there's a container of ministry, there's a container, whatever, yada, yada. In the container of ministry, when God tells us that we should go out and evangelize, I don't think God is always going to tell you verbatim from point 1 to point 100 how you're supposed to do that. God just wants you to go out there and do it.
Right.
And that's what John Rush does. I know I'm called to reach the youth. He knows that God called him to do that. That he has said. I know I'm called to reach the youth. I know I'm called to disciple teenagers. How I do it, how he does it is a little unorthodox. He does not have a youth ministry. His ministry is literally playing video games and preaching to kids and evangelizing them while he's playing video games with them online. His whole thing is that he has Q&As while he's playing. Like kids are asking him like Bible questions and he's just answering them while he's playing video games. That's insane. That's a crazy, no other pastor is going to think about doing that.
Right.
You get me? So, but that's his ministry. That's what he's dedicated himself to doing. And he is very successful. And now him and shout out to Taylor Ransom. He's the mega
funny
church
guy, yeah.
the funny guy that he does the Daddy's God Global Ministries.
Okay.
Daddy guy. So, him and Taylor Ransom are creating a first ever church plant in Grand Theft Auto. So in the brand new GTA Vice City that's coming out, hopefully coming out next year, let's keep pushing it back. They're going to be having online church.
I don't even know how that works.
they're gonna just have a building in the online community. So GTA Online is a massive community. Like you can build houses, you can do it.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna buy a property online through obviously the currency of the game, and then just hold church there.
Bro, that's sick.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's now. Some people would look at this the same way that we're looking at the nightclub thing and be like, why?
No.
Because, well, here's the thing. Grand Theft Auto is very explicit.
Okay.
There's strip clubs. There's missions where you got to deal with strippers. There is nudity. There's hardcore drug use, alcoholism, violence. So some people would look at that the same way. And this isn't Vice City. This is in Miami. Right? That's what it's inspired by. So it's like some people would look at that and be like, yo, this is crazy. Like, why would you even want to do that? Why don't you just start your own church? Or why don't you just, start a youth ministry or whatever? But this is the way that he's doing it. He knows that he can reach people this way. You get me? And there's going to be people who are curious. When they're online and they're playing and they see a whole mess of little whatever avatars or
Vice
characters
City Church.
just
So-
outside of a building, they're going to be like, what is that? They're going to go in. They're going to see that there's a bunch of people praising Jesus in GTA. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think the difference when I see it comparing the nightclub is that with this game, very explicit game, I don't think most, if not all Christians should be playing this game.
Right.
So a lot of the people playing this game are most likely non-believers, people that don't follow Jesus. So you are evangelizing to them. You are reaching them through their method, through that medium.
Right.
With the Christian girl, she is
Flat out telling you
this is for believers.
Right.
And that's where I think it's different, where she's like, this is for believers. This isn't like, this is a nightclub where we're trying to get non-believers in and then we'll convert them by preaching the word to them. It's different thing.
Correct.
It's completely different.
Right.
This is for believers.
Correct.
So it's a worldly environment for believers. I get that you're dancing.
That's why for me, it's not truly like, let me be clear. It's not, I'm not saying I'm against it. I just don't see how she's really thoroughly going to be able to reach people and bring them to the kingdom.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a YA event that doesn't have any really preaching or anything
or backing.
My thing is, I hope there's a covering. I hope you have covering.
Yeah.
Like to me, like again, this is what you're saying. Like there's no, preaching or whatever. That's fine. It's a YA event. I just hope that, not that it's affiliated with whatever church she's planted in. I just hope that there's some sort of covering, like some sort of oversight from a pastor or
For sure.
leaders in her church. I don't know, because that to me is very important.
Yeah.
So I think John Rush actually has a video here where he explains a little bit more about the Vice City Church.
Put it up.
I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to start a very serious content plan for Grand Theft Auto, but it is not a physical location. But we'd like for you to join our launch team, and we'll have more about that. We're starting a church. We're starting a church in Grand Theft Auto. It's going to be one of the biggest content, entertainment, meta environments that have ever existed, if not the most impactful. And so we think that there should be Christians who are primed to create community and content there. And so we don't believe, though, that a church can be online. This would ultimately be a mechanism to help people find real relationships with a real pastor. And so one day my wife and I will likely be senior pastors. It's in our heart. But right now I'm co-pastoring this with my friend, my good buddy, Taylor Ransom. So we're starting a church in Vice City in the new Grand Theft Auto, which launches on November 19th.
So yeah, a lot of people did think that he was actually being serious about
Bro,
planning.
I thought it was real. I
thought
scared.
so
I was
too.
Like, oh, Vice City Church? That is a terrible name. I was worried, bro. I was like, oh my
Vice
goodness, bro.
City Church.
I was like,
And I thought, I was like, is this guy moving to Miami?
I
That's
thought the same
crazy.
thing. I'm like,
But
man.
So again, you see, he's like, the goal is to just bridge people with real pastors and real churches,
Right.
that are curious about a relationship with the Lord. So again, you see like that being a bridge. And
He's creating a connection. He's
Correct.
being a bridge for sure.
I guess you could argue, you know, if we hear from the nightclubs, they're like, we're being a bridge. You know, they're like, we're going to be a bridge to churches and to our Sunday experience.
Maybe, again, we don't know. We haven't dove into their values and statements.
And I'll say this
whatnot.
much. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope that this nightclub idea works and that it's a clean, safe, pure environment where people just come together to worship God, build that community. I really hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We're not wishing that nightclub, you're gonna burn in hell. You're all heretics. No. We just have our reservations about the method. You know, I don't know if, and then putting the God told me stamp on it.
Yeah.
You know?
And can I just say this? Like, even if let's say you're wrong, even if you're wrong about your nightclub, God never told you to do that. God can still use it.
Absolutely.
Because I think about Moses when God told him to speak to the rock and he instead struck the rock. God was still faithful enough to make water come out of the rock. And the Israelites got their water and they were blessed. So even if maybe you're wrong, even if maybe God maybe told you don't do it and you still did it, people will be saved, I think. You know, I'm sure people are going to grow closer to Jesus. And, you know, if and when the doors close, they close. But my thing is this, like, if it's just a bunch of young adults getting together and praising, just call it a young adults ministry. Don't be calling it no nightclub.
Yeah.
Right. You know? Like, just call a spade, right? It's like, it's just a bunch of Christian young adults getting together to worship and praise and hear a word, and then just call it that. Like,
correct.
You know? So I don't know. Maybe her marketing team could do better.
I don't know.
If she has one, you know. But all right, I think we can start wrapping up before we piss off any more nightclubbers,
enthusiasts.
Yeah. So, but man, I would really implore you guys, if you guys are gonna play GTA online, go visit Pastor John Rush and Taylor Ransom's online church.
Yeah,
I know I will. That'll be fun.
Oh man.
You know,
I don't even got the game. I might just go get it just because.
There you go.
Church.
There you go. Might be cool. Anyways, we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Alrighty, y'all. Well, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We love you. And until next time, peace.
Peace.